from those tornadoes that tore through our region, devastating thousands, and to an increasingly high maternal mortality rate that we reported on highly. And now a 3,000-bed prison being proposed in the River Valley. It's been a rather unprecedented year. So over the past few days, KNWA's Gabriella Phelan has taken your pressing questions today. She took them all the way to Little Rock and delivered them to Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders in a one-on-one conversation. And she has our answers tonight.
People are moving to Arkansas, not Texas, not Florida, not Virginia. They're moving to Arkansas because they like what they see that we're doing.
Growth across the state of Arkansas is undisputable, with counties like Benton and Washington growing at a combined rate of almost 20% since 2020. And according to Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, there's a reason for that.
They like what they see. They love the fact that we're investing in education, that we're investing in our workforce, that we're investing in public safety. We're going to continue to look at how we make Arkansas the best place for every single person to live, to work, and to raise their families. And I'm confident we'll continue to make progress.
But with that growth comes concerns for things like housing. We asked your questions on whether or not the area can truly handle the rise in newcomers.
When it comes to helping people be able to afford a better life, lower cost of living, one of the best things that I think we can do is help people keep more of their money so that they have more purchasing and buying power.
Sanders says that's why this legislative session they'll focus heavily on phasing out the state's income tax.
We've been able to cut the state income tax not once, not twice, but 3 different times, moving our top rate from 4.9% to 3.9%.
As well as finding other places to cut costs for Arkansans, starting in places like the grocery line.
I want to know, how do you justify those income tax reductions and grocery tax eliminations while also ensuring that Arkansas maintains sufficient revenue for public service?
One of the things we never want people to be burdened and hindered by is basic necessities. So by eliminating the grocery tax, we are providing that immediate relief for families who need it most at a time when things are getting more expensive.
Sanders says as long as the economy keeps growing, they'll be able to pump more dollars into public safety, a measure that starts with the addition of a new prison in Charleston.
Yeah, and we kind of opened the floor to our viewers for questions, and something that we got a lot of questions about was the prison in Franklin County. What is kind of your response to the people who oppose it?
As governor, one of the most important responsibilities that I have is helping keep people safe. We should never let somebody back out onto the streets, back into our community simply for a lack of space. Our county jails and our state prison are absolutely overwhelmed. We have to open up more bed space. It's not the place that you wish that you were getting to and having to spend money. At the end of the day, though, we have to do what's necessary to keep people safe. Being governor is about making hard decisions and hard choices, but doing the right thing is what is happening here.
Sanders says she's hopeful to continue to gain the trust of Arkansans, especially after what she recalls as her hardest day in office.
There is very little that is harder to witness and see than a town that has been ravaged by a tornado, where people go from an easy day to losing everything in a matter of minutes. That is a big and devastating impact to our state. But we're not going to finish until people are back on their feet and whole again, and we'll continue to work closely with them to make sure that happens.
And as the Trump administration moves into the White House, she says they'll work closely on all fronts.
We're going to work closely with the Trump administration. We have to be a country that has law and order. We have to be a country that has a secure border, and we finally have a president back in the White House who understands that and is actually taking steps to enforce it.
For the state, she says she deeply cares for.
Yeah, so tell us, do you see a future for yourself maybe back in Washington, D.C.?
I love being home. Arkansas is where I was born and raised, and it's where I want my kids to grow up. And so I love that I get to be the governor of the best state in the country, and I hope that the people of Arkansas let me do it for another 6 years.
All right, great job there by Gabriella Phelan, and thank you very much to you for all of those amazing questions that we were able to ask the governor. You can watch her complete interview. It's on our website, knwa.com.